Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of RMS TV. We have a very important subject to cover in just a few minutes today, the subject of inflation. So we've heard about that, right, over the past couple of days and weeks and months. And by definition, let me just explain what Webster says about inflation. He says inflation is a general increase in prices and the subsequent fall in the purchasing power of money. I think we can all understand that, right? Things like gas, food, rent, most every good or service that we use is crazy, right? So how high will it go? And is there a hedge against inflation out there somewhere? Sounds like a song from a movie, right? Anyway, an investment hedge is an investment intended to protect the investor against a decrease in the purchasing power of money, inflation. Traditionally, gold, stocks, and real estate have a reputation as good inflation hedges. Take a look at this chart. It shows America's best choice of long-term investments, with real estate clearly leading the way since about 2013. So let's consider one of the biggest increases in expenses for many consumers today: rent. There's just no stopping it. They continue to skyrocket. Increases of 20%, 30, 40, 50%, and in some cases more. It's kind of outrageous. The solution, if you can afford it and want to find a way to provide a hedge against your housing costs, would be to purchase a home with a fixed rate mortgage. Your principal and interest will not change, never increase, stabilizing possibly the largest expense in your household. So here are a couple of great quotes that support this statistic. I'm going to throw some slides up here for you to kind of read along with me. The first one comes from Mark Kuzin from Investo Media. He says, real estate is one of the time-honored inflation hedges. It's a tangible asset, and those tend to hold their value when inflation reigns, unlike paper assets. More specifically, as prices rise, so do property values. The next quote I have, next slide, is from James Royal from Bankrate. He says, a fixed rate mortgage allows you to maintain the biggest portion of housing expenses at the same payment. Sure, property taxes will rise and other expenses may creep up, but your monthly housing payment remains the same. That's certainly not the case if you're renting. And lastly, I've got a quote from Natalie Campisi from Forbes. And she says, homeowners are shielded from mounting rental prices because their cost is fixed, regardless of what's happening in the market. Tangible assets like real estate get more valuable over time, which makes buying a home a good way to spend your money during inflationary times. So some great quotes, some truth in there for sure. So how about home price appreciation versus inflation? I'm asked that question all the time. Will inflation have a major effect on the appreciation of my home? So I'm going to put another graph here that shows the relationship since about the 1970s through 2021. 2021 was obviously an incredible year for inflation, but look what happened to home appreciation in 2021. 18% nationally, more like 26%, even plus here in Florida. Outstanding. and astounding at the same time. Yes, this incredible price acceleration did level off towards the end of the year 2021. But even the pessimists believe that appreciation will likely increase by nearly 24% by the year 2026. The optimists are saying that's going to be more like 60%. So that middle of the road figure of about 43% makes a lot of sense to me. A good hedge against inflation? I would suggest that real estate is an incredible long-term investment. And with a fixed rate mortgage, you certainly have a hedge against future inflation. Well, that's all we have time for today, folks. I appreciate your being with me. I hope you learned a little bit today about inflation, what that means, what that looks like, and what the future of real estate home appreciation looks like, and how inflation will not affect that in a negative way. Have a great day. Contact me with any questions. My information is always at the end of the episode. Until then, take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.